Keemstar, New Hampshire, lived a boy whose father was a social worker, while his mother was a librarian. He became a BMX rider at a young age, and nobody imagined that one day this boy would become the famous podcaster and internet personality known as Adam22. But how did Adam22 become such a famous podcaster? And why did he become a podcaster record executive? Is it true that many of his underground rap artists came to light because of him? What was his life like before fame? It's time for me to answer all these questions and more, since this is ASMR. Aaron, back at it again with another daily video to help you relax. So lay back and enjoy the ride. I hope this read helps you get you through your day, or even better, I hope this video helps you gently fall asleep. I can't wait to get started. This is Adam22.
Adam John Graden Mason was born on November 24th, 1983, and raised in Nashua, New Hampshire. His father was a social worker. He has one sister, and his mom was a librarian. From a young age, he had shown interest in BMX, and by the time he was in high school, would go ride in Boston with his friends. When he was in 6th grade, his father went to prison for a white-collar crime, causing extreme stress on his family. He was released several years later when Adam was 16. Although he grew up in a chaotic household, Adam loves his parents, and they did a great job. Adam attended Nashua High School, South, and throughout his time there, he was straight edge. He was influenced by the culture of BMX at the time and the hardcore music scene around him. After graduating from high school, Adam attended community college in Massachusetts for a year and then transferred to UMass Lowell. Adam said that he went from having straight A's in community college to straight D's and maybe a B. He then dropped out and moved to New York to the dismay of his mother. Adam learned the ins and outs of executing credit card fraud while still in college. When he moved to New York City, Adam and his friends would commit fraud throughout the tri-state area. A few years into it, Adam said his illegal venture would make him stressed and anxious, and after a few of his boys got arrested, he retired from his illicit career path. He then turned to poker and was playing 12 hours a day with an average of 1,000 hands an hour. With both professions, he was making 6 figures. Since his days in New York, Adam was always a chill BMX rider who would always be down to ride downtown and draw graffiti. He started his BMX blog The Come Up in 2006 in the midst of his poker career. Adam always had a passion for writing, and first forays into blogging were writing video game reviews when he was 9. He was inspired by combining his favorite hip-hop blog at the time, Nah Right, with the BMX forums he followed. He eventually started making a profit off advertisements and stopped playing poker to run the website full-time. Adam later founded On Some Shit and started selling merch off that website as well. Today he has both websites running and runs On Some Shit BMX store near Skid Row before moving it to Melrose Avenue. No Jumper was originally a blog on Tumblr, started by George Potter in 2011 and financed by Grand Mission, who was a prolific BMX biker. The blog reviewed early underground artists such as Space Ghost Perp and Clams Casino, and reviewed obscure Gucci Mane mixtapes, treating the underground with critical attention. Revived in 2015, Grand Mason's No Jumper podcast, hosted on YouTube, focuses on interviews with underground rap artists and tastemakers. As of March 2017, the interviews had received approximately 500,000 to 1 million views each. No Jumper originally started as a BMX podcast with vlogs dedicated to Grand Mason's life running On Some Shit's retail store. Grand Mason's interview of Memphis rapper and well-known underground rap figure Xavier Wolf soon turned viral within hip-hop communities, sparking Grand Mason's newfound interest in interviewing known figures within both underground and mainstream hip-hop. Grand Mason, through his No Jumper podcast, has been noted for interviewing up-and-coming talent as well as established rappers. He has interviewed Lil Yachty, Smoke Perp, Ugly God, 6ix9ine, Suicide Boys, Action Bronson, and most famously Xxxtentacion. In April 2016, the latter interview received over 9 million views. This was the Florida rapper's first official professional interview, and has been credited with giving him exposure to a wide audience. Hot 97 DJ Peter Rosenberg has said he views Grand Mason as an advanced scout searching for combustible new talent, while Rolling Stone described him as underground hip-hop's major tastemaker. The No Jumper YouTube channel has over 518 million total video views and 2.7 million subscribers as of March 2019. John Caramanica of the New York Times described No Jumper as the Paris Review for the face tattoo set. On June 20th, 2018, Grand Mason held a memorial event for Xxxtentacion, who was murdered 2 days prior, in front of his On Some Shit store with a crowd of 300 people. The crowd grew to over 1,000, and police in riot gear eventually appeared. According to reports, rubber bullets were shot and tear gas was used to disperse the crowd. Grand Mason was one of the promoters for YouTube personality Fausey Tube's event, Hate Dies, Loves Arrives, which was shut down via a bomb threat which left 1,500 people evacuated. Shortly after the event, Grand Mason interviewed Shane Dawson. During the interview, Fausey Tube and numerous other YouTube personalities interrupted, causing the interview to go viral. On March 12, 2014, Grand Mason faced controversy after posting a video on his Facebook of BMX riders whom were known to frequent his bike shop, OSS, on some shit. The video depicted said BMX riders bunny hopping over what seemed to be an unsuspecting homeless person in and around the Skid Row area of downtown LA. Local news gained access to the video and published a piece in which they asked locals for their opinions on the clip. Grand Mason said in an interview that he did not condone the actions depicted in the video. In March 2018, allegations of Grand Mason committing sexual assault against women and female minors was reported on multiple music news outlets and blogs. Grand Mason declined the claims in a statement on Twitter and in an interview with DJ Academics. Grand Mason was criticized on social media on July 5, 2018, following comments on unpaid internships, saying, "If you're complaining about unpaid internships, I am 100% sure you aren't ever going to make it." Publications such as Daily Dot cited previous tweets in which Grand Mason expressed admiration for paid internships. However, other publications such as Fortune supported Grand Mason's views. Grand Mason was in a relationship with vlogger and internet personality Lena Narcisian, Lena the Plug. And so ends the tale of the famous podcaster and record executive Adam22, who lived happily ever after, creating podcasts for his huge number of fans. Popular videos: Danny Towers and DJ Scheme on Xxxtentacion, Juice Wrld, Russ Beef, Tankhead Arrest, and more. Here, friends of the No Jumper podcast Danny Towers and DJ Scheme stopped by to share about their creative relationship, new music, fun and crazy moments with XXX, Ski, Juice, Puya, and all their rapper friends, and how they went from being completely broke to making money off music. Also, Scheme breaks down how the whole Russ Beef situation actually started. G Herbo and Juice Wrld, and Pop Smoke Passing, being friends with Future, new album, and more. Here, G Herbo opens up about his new album, being vulnerable, being in therapy, taking care of his mental health, while still being in control of his career. He also shares about his relationships with Chance, Juice, Meek, and more. The Fresh X Reckless interview. Here he talks about New Orleans phenomenon Fresh and Reckless taking over, from catchy songs to amazing dance moves and high-level energy. Fresh X Reckless is definitely coming for the #1 spot. Their video Drippin' So Hard drops today. A Day in New York with Ron Suno. Black Dave follows Ron Suno in the streets of New York, blow off some steam at the local gym and the studio.